Hi, welcome to the Turtle Burger Crochet and Knitting Podcast, episode 11. Hello again, it's Brittany. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate it. And if you are a new viewer, hi, hello, welcome. I am so glad that you were able to find this channel and clicked on it. So it is late at Sunday night on April 3rd, 2022. Again, everyone is asleep, so I thought I would take a few minutes and show you guys what I've done over the past couple of weeks. I have 3 finished objects. The first is the March 2022 Dishcloth of the Month from the Kitchen Sink shop. This is Emily's Garden, and it is not really showing up very well, but this is actually a green, like a light green color. Let's see if it'll, no, it's not gonna show. This is Walmart Mainstays 100% cotton in the color Opaline Green. And the Kitchen Sink shop is a Dishcloth pattern club. Every month, on the first of the month, she emails you a free dishcloth. And if you don't want to sign up for her club, then at the end of the month, middle to end of the month, she posts the pattern for free on Ravelry. I will link her link tree below so you can have all the ways to find her. This year, all of the dishcloths are based on her favorite books, and this one was from Lucy Maud Montgomery. I guess it's the Emily series. I am not familiar with it, but it is a very beautiful cloth. I am fairly certain I used the recommended hook size for, or needle size for this, which is 3.25 millimeter. And it turned out pretty small, I have to say. Now, granted, I have not blocked it because before I did, I wanted to show you guys that I feel like this is a mood ring of emotions and tension this month. Not really emotions, but just when you stop and start projects, you know, you're not always in the same place. So you can definitely tell where my tension is kind of wonky, but even still, it's a very beautiful cloth. And one thing I really liked about this is the first time I had done where you slip the first stitch, and it just really makes a beautiful even edging, and I really liked that. One thing, when I finally got to the end, I was like, what do I do with the first stitch? Do I slip it? Do I just bind off regularly? And ultimately, I don't think it mattered, but I did slip it, and I did a stretchy bind off where you slip the first stitch, knit the second one, and then knit them together through the back loop was how I did it. And I probably wouldn't do that again, just because if you notice here, it makes it look a little short. And so I probably should have done regular, but ultimately I don't think it matters. And I also, in the finished, in the Ravelry group where you can show your finished objects, I noticed a lot of people said that they added rows on. This one I did not finish very quickly this month, so I didn't add any on because, to be honest, I just wanted to get it done. And that's probably partly why it turned out too small, but, or not really, it's not really too small, but it is shorter than what she usually has. So it's very beautiful. I really like it either way. My second finished object is the Eye of the Partridge Heel Cowl. This was a pattern test I did for Breaking Yarn. This is such a beautiful cowl. I will insert a picture of me wearing it, that I submitted for the finished object for the test knit. I really, really liked this. The yarn I used is Lion Brand Mandala in the color Nifflers. I did block it. Um, it I think it came up a little short, so I blocked it and I really, 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 really stretched it. And then also one thing I did, because I was unsure of if it would fit over my head, is I did the same stretchy bind off where you knit through the back loop to bind off, and it made it super, as you can see, super, super stretchy. But it is just beautiful. I mean, so McKaylee of Breaking Yarn, she what is the word, adapted the sock heel, the eye of the partridge, into this cowl, and it is just so squishy and beautiful, and it was very, very quick. I am not a quick knitter at all, but this was really pretty quick. And also the ribbing, I just have to show y'all, is a, I believe it was a, down here is a, no, there must have been something else. Something I'm working on has a like a, I think it was either a 3x1 or 2x2 ribbing. I don't know, a different ribbing. Maybe it'll come up because I don't remember. But this is probably the best ribbing I've ever knitted. It just looks beautiful. I'm so pleased with this cowl. In fact, I liked it so much that she had mentioned on her last podcast that she was going to be sending out another tester call for her Holly White socks, and they were so pretty. I've been like stalking my email notifications to see when that tester call was going to come out, and she sent it out today, and within a few minutes I got it and was able to email her. I haven't heard back yet, so hopefully I'll get to test her socks. I don't know. One thing I noticed that I don't think this was a pattern issue, it's a Brittany issue, is, so this was my beginning of round, and I actually have like a seam there, and I don't know why. I don't know if that's normal. Like when you slip on some rows, it was alternating. This is a free pattern on her website and Ravelry now. She released it Friday, so I don't think I'm giving away too much, but you alternate rows, so it's a 4-row repeat, and in a couple of the rows, no, I think one of the rows, I can't remember now, you slip the first stitch, and I don't know if that's what caused that. I don't know, but it is just so pretty. It's so squishy and soft. It is pretty dense, but the drape on it makes it not hot or anything. I think it will be so cute with like a t-shirt this summer. So I am excited to get to wear this. And of course in the winter time, it'll be really, really, it'll be nice and snuggly and squishy and warm and all the things you want to be in winter. My third finished object is a crochet project, and I saved this one for last because it leads into my works in progress. Otherwise I would have showed a crochet project first. But this is Little Lady's Easter Basket. This was a free pattern on Ravelry. It was actually written in UK terms, so thankfully it's just a single and double crochet American terms, so it was not hard to decipher it all, but it has a beautiful shell stitch. This was all scrap yarn. This is, all of it is Red Heart Super Saver. I believe, yes, Red Heart Super Saver. This is like bright yellow. This pink is called Shocking Pink. This I didn't have the label for, but I'm fairly certain it was like orchid or light lavender or something like that. This green is mint, and of course you have white. And the original pattern I think is actually pretty small. It called for a 2mm needle, so I obviously wanted a basket she could put Easter eggs in. So I went up to the yellow section, well, the beginning through the yellow section. I used a 4.5 millimeter, yeah, 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, and then I realized, wow, this is getting more spread out than I wanted, because I did a couple more, 2 increases more than what the original pattern called for. And so when I started the pink section, I changed my hook size to a 4 millimeter just to kind of bring things in a little bit, and it worked up really well. And it didn't occur to me until like I was nearly almost done, but I thought it would have been kind of neat to get like an old DVD and, you know, strand yarn around that as the base and then begin the increases, but I didn't think of it in time. So anyway, but it is so pretty. It is so cute. It didn't need to be too big because she's just 2 years old. She can loop it over her little wrist there. And anyway, just beautiful. And all the colors. This is all the colors that we think she looks so cute in. She had a little dress last year that was yellow and it had a little pink bird on it. And I did not do this on purpose, put these 2 colors together, but as I was working on the pink section, I told my husband, I was like, oh, this looks like her little yellow dress that we loved so much last summer. So that worked out. And purple, I think, is kind of one of her favorite colors. You know, right now, everything, she says purple for every not every color. She's learning colors, but she really likes the color purple and saying purple. And she has like kind of a little British accent when she says it. It's adorable. Anyway, and of course, because it's me, I had to throw in a minty teal color. But yeah, so that is so cute. So while I was making this, I thought, well, you know, I know he's a big kid and may not want one, but I thought I will ask Turtle if he wants a basket to kind of put his like Easter candy in, and then afterward he can put his, you know, cables or whatever he wants in it. So he said he did. So that leads me into my works in progress. So I am making his favorite color is red. So this is just a Red Heart Super Saver in the color Cherry Red. I have not gotten very far with it. I did get all this done today though, so it moves along really quickly with the bigger hook size. And his, I've done just all size 4 millimeter. I didn't start off with the 4.5. And I was not sure if the shells would be too girly, I guess, for him, but I don't think it really matters. And then if he doesn't want the basket anymore, I can use it for something else. It's, you know, not a big deal. And they're so kind of stacked on top of each other that it doesn't really look like shells. So I'll get that done for him, you know, by the next podcast for sure. It works up super quick. So my next work in progress is my Scrappy blanket. Last podcast, I believe I was on the green section, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to continue on with the green because I had plenty left. But I ultimately decided to cut that off because I haven't even started yet, make several like succulent plants and just kind of have around. I am not a plant person. It will die. I'm doing good to keep our kids alive. Just kidding. So anyway, I thought that would be kind of cute, and I could also use it as photo props and things like that, but you know, just to add a little greenery around. And I did have some a little bit of brown that I was going to use as kind of the dirt for that. So I think that would be cute. So that's what I'm going to do with those particular scraps, and then I'll show you that in a minute. But here is the blanket. I still think it's going to be like the world's ugliest scrap blanket, but it's growing on me. I actually kind of like it. I really do. And it's fun remembering things that, you know, you made with it and and things like that. So I really like it. And I want to show you this bag I'm keeping it in. So I just had an old clear plastic travel bag, and I kind of went through my stash a little bit this week and organized it just very minimally. And as I was getting little yarn scrap balls, I was just throwing it in this bag, and I thought with my scrap blanket, whichever one I grab is whichever one I grab. That'll what'll be next. So I had them all nice and little balls and everything. And little lady has really taken, well, she always has since she was little. She loved anything yarny, anything I made her. But she's really right now kind of drawing closer to yarn and crochet hooks and things like that. She hasn't done anything with my knitting needles, and I think that's because I guard them probably a little more closely. But anyway, so she has commandeered the project bag for scrap yarn balls, and so that's why they are all messed up now. Now it's just a big heap. And what she does is I'll say, do you want your project bag? And she goes, yes. And she takes them. She takes all the yarn out, gets the crochet hook that I keep in here with it, and she, you know, she just kind of does it in and out like this. But it's so cute, and it just makes my heart so happy, because I really hope that she will want to, you know, crochet one day, especially crochet, but even knit. And so that just makes me so happy when she does that. I get my next project here is my husband's socks. I got not a lot of work done on them. In fact, it looks like I only got four rounds on them, but I'm gonna start coming along with those. I recently was introduced to the Fiber Friends podcast, and they have I guess it's a monthly challenge every month. So I'll talk a little bit more about that in an acquisition section. But since April just started, they are starting a sock challenge. So knit as many socks as you can, I guess, in the month of August, it's only April, in the month of April. And so this will be hopefully one pair that I'm making, and then hopefully I will be getting McKaylee's pattern test approval. So that will be another pair. And then Louise on the Fiber Friends podcast has generally said, if you watch their latest podcast episode, which I'll link, if you comment on it that you did not participate in last year's sock challenge, she will, I don't know if it's on Ravelry only, so I'm going to say Ravelry. She will message you her Rambling Friends sock pattern for free. So, and they are just really beautiful. They're very feminine and lacy and really pretty. So I would like to make those. So of course I commented, hopefully I will get the pattern, because they are really pretty. So this is Turney's sock, and the yarn I'm using is I got this from Webb's. It is Huntington Valley yarns in the color blue. I am using my Chiagu fixed 9-inch circular needles, and it is a 2.75 millimeter. I will ultimately be switching back to Magic Loop for this. I just needed my 2.75 millimeter needle for something else, but that will also give me an opportunity to let him try the sock on. So very excited about that. My last project I am keeping in my Carla Knits podcast bag. I really, really like this bag so much. It is so durable. I really, really like this bag. So I don't know, I think I always show this side, but there's this side too. Look at all the yarn balls and her yarn skeins and knitting needles and crochet hook. Oh, I really like this bag. I'm going to link her Etsy shop below because you guys have got to check it out for real. And this is Little Lady's Goldfish Cardigan from Tin Can Knits. Hopefully I didn't just lose some stitches. Oh no. No, I don't think I did. I think I've got it pushed back enough. Okay. So I finally started it. I'm in the middle of a row. Of course, I decided to stop. I'll tell you why in a minute, but oh, here we go. Okay, I was like, which way does it go? So this is the Goldfish Cardigan. Obviously, I'm just working on the yoke of the cardigan. It is knit top down. Oh, this was the ribbing, okay, that I was talking about. In the pattern, they do a 3x1 ribbing, and I've never done a 3x1, and look at that. I am not a good ribbing knitter, I guess it would be. It is always wonky, but this one and then the one on McKaylee's, the Breaking Yarn cowl, the Eye of the Partridge cowl, heel cowl. Man, I'm like on a ribbing roll right now. They look so pretty and I'm just so pleased. The reason I have stopped is because on the pattern, I'm getting wrong side and right side. I'm going to be getting into the Goldfish as a color work section, and I'm so confused. So on Ravelry, you can leave a comment, and so I asked, and hopefully someone will respond. If not, I'm just going to continue on the way that I think that it's supposed to go, and go with that, and whatever happens with it. But anyway, so the Goldfish will be in, well, hold on. Oh, my mind is just all jumbled up. So I am using my Clover Takumi interchangeable needles, and this is a 3.75 millimeter. The purple yarn I'm using is Bernat Baby Sport size 3 yarn, and this is the color Lavender. It is very, very pretty. And then the Goldfish are going to be this, you can't really tell, it is a kind of a pinky color. This is Karen Simply Soft in the color Strawberry. Now this is a size 4 yarn instead of a size 3. Not only did I just want to use this yarn, but I feel like it is a very light worsted weight, and so I am hoping by using this yarn and perhaps going up a needle size, it won't, the Goldfish won't sink back into the cardigan so much like I did. I've only done color work one other time on a test knit hat, and they really kind of sunk into the hat, and obviously that's not what you want. So I'm hoping with that. I'll be honest, I kept procrastinating starting the sweater because I was worried about doing a gauge swatch. And then ultimately I just decided I'm gonna go for it. If I need to rip it back, I will. It's not a big deal. It's the first time I've done it. And yeah, so I was like, I'm just gonna start it. I'm not gonna do a gauge swatch. I am doing a size 2 to 4 years old, so if it turns out too big, great. I'm kind of hoping it does a little bit, so that she can wear it for the next couple of years. So that'll work. So this is Karen Simply Soft in the color Strawberry. It's not showing up as bright as it is in person, but it is kind of a pinky, peachy, orangey, I guess, but very, very pretty. Okay, so other active whips that I have but did not actively work on this week is I have the Double Dutch dishcloth, which was March 2021 dishcloth of the month from the Kitchen Sink shop. And I also have, I think that's it. I feel like there's something else, but oh, my Murder Knits shawl. I did not work on that at all. I did, this is the yarn I'm using that it had like a crunchy section, like I think the acrylic went bad or something in it. So I went through that entire skein and took out, just cut all the crunchy sections out, and then magic knotted it all back together. And I was still left with, I believe it was 47 grams of yarn. So that's pretty good. And I had about the same equal amount of that pretty mauve color that I'm using. So hopefully I'll get back to that this week. So future knits and crochet. Crochet wise, I want to be making a bunch of like little lady's favorite animals. She's really into making animal sounds right now. She really likes to howl, and so I thought it would be really cute to make like a little wolf. I also would like to make her a red apple, a crocheted apple. Everything red she calls apple. I don't know why. I guess because apples are red, but she equates red with apples. So that would be all my crochet future projects. My knitting projects is I really want to make a love note. So I have ordered some yarn for that from Lion Brand. I've decided to do it in the Lion Brand Kobu. I've never used that yarn before. It's a cotton, I guess cotton and bamboo. It's supposed to be really great for a summer, like an airy summer garment. So I'm making the love note, and I got the color, I think it's called Lichen, and it's a minty green. So I'm very excited to get that and start it. Also this week, I will be casting on the April dishcloth of the month, which is the Shire, and the photo, the pattern photo was done like in a green, and so I happen to have peaches and cream in, what color is this? Forest green. So that's what I'm going to be using for that. I plan on starting with a 4mm needle and seeing if I need to go up to a 4.5 if it hurts my hands. So we'll see about that. I also, once I finish the Double Dutch dishcloth, want to start the April 2021 dishcloth of the month, which was called Twist and Shout. And that one is going to be a scrappy one. I went through all my cotton stash the other day, and I want to reserve my full skeins for this year's dishcloth of the month. So I'm just going to use scraps for all of last year's dishcloth. So I chose these two colors. I've just shied. This one has about 43 grams. So I might get the whole dishcloth in this one, but it looks like it has a bunch of like twist or cables or something in it. So I don't know if it will be. So in case the yellow is not enough, I will use the white with it. And both of these are peaches and cream. I don't have the label for this one, but I imagine it's just yellow, and then this one is white, or maybe it's ecru. Nope, it's white. And then the last thing that I want to cast on soon, probably not super soon, I think I'm going to finish her cardigan first, but is I would like to make Little Lady a flax sweater by Tin Can Knits for this coming up, fall and winter. And I have this yarn, or I made these socks. This is the rice sock from Tin Can Knits, and if you look at their patterns, all of their simple collection, which is beginner knitter friendly, has this garter panel on it, and the flax sweater has the same thing on the sleeves, and I had some more of this left. Now this is Patton's Canadiana, and I got this at the Dollar Tree maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and I believe it's called it's a lavender color, but it starts with the P, but I don't remember what it is. Anyway, I'll link it below. And I thought I had 3 full skeins of this left, and I do not. I actually have, this one is the biggest one, and I have parts of 3 different skeins. So they totaled 155 grams, which obviously is not enough. So what I thought I would do is kind of stripe it somehow with, I have lots of this. That, again, this is the Karen Simply Soft and the color Strawberry. I have lots of this. So I thought these 2 colors would look good together, kind of like our cardigan, but it's a different purple yarn. And I think that is it for future cast-ons. That's quite enough. My plate is getting loaded because on top of, I had mentioned McKaylee's Holly White sock test pattern. I also, I don't know if it's this week or the week after, but we'll be starting Knitting McPearly. She had a tester call for a pair of socks, so I will be making those. That one I've already got approved for, but we haven't received the pattern yet. So that's quite enough on my plate. So those are my future in the works. Hopefully they get done soon, which brings us to acquisitions. My first acquisition is this. This is Huntington Valley Yarns. Again, I got it from Webs, which I think is actually just yarn.com. This is 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon. It's 50 grams. This is the color mauve. And I was thinking of doing the Holly White socks in this color. I haven't decided yet, but I think that's what I'm going to do because this is a very pretty color. And all of my sock yarn, I didn't realize this until I was going through it, is like either heavily variegated or it's not even self-striping. It's just very kind of all over the place crazy. But from the pattern photo of the Holly White sock, kind of like the Eye of the Partridge heel, there's kind of a texture to it, and I really want to be able to show that texture, and I think a solid would be much better for that. So I'm thinking of doing this. And then I haven't gotten the next acquisition yet, but it is a pattern. So on the Fiber and Friends podcast I mentioned earlier, I am new to their channel. I had only watched the 1 episode, and I won their March challenge, which was around your neck, and I submitted my green shawl by Tin Can Knits, which was a sea coral color. I'll put a picture somewhere. And that was randomly selected to select any pattern on Ravelry. And so that was a fun win. I chose the Oxa, I think it's called the Oxa sweater by Caitlin Hunter. It's a worsted weight sweater that came out in March, and I'm so excited to get that pattern. I'll make sure to put a picture. So I'm really grateful. Thank you to Cheryl and Louise of Fiber and Friends podcast for hosting that. I just happened to be introduced to it towards the end of the month, so that was really exciting. Let's see. So that is all of my yarny goodness. Just a little bit of not really personal anything, but the past couple of weeks have been the same thing. But I did, Heartland season 15 started on Up Faith and Family. I was so excited. The US, it's a Canadian series, so we are months behind when it gets released in Canada and ends and stuff. So I'm very excited to get Heartland back and watch it. I don't think I've really watched anything else. I am super behind on podcast. I used to, when I was putting little lady to bed, that's when I would get to catch up on podcasts and tutorials or shows or whatever I want to watch. And she has gotten where she doesn't want the TV on now when she's going to bed, which is a good thing, but now I'm like totally bored in there. While she's trying to go to sleep. Every now and then when she starts to doze off, I'll have my phone and play games or whatever, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you all have a super great day and night and a great next couple of weeks. Happy spring, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.